Hi everyone, Tori here with a scrapbooking process video. This one is called Puppy Love, and I'm using the Felicity Jane Something Sweet kit here, and I just love this black and white paper that says love all over it, and I thought it would be perfect for this photo of my dad with my puppy Bernie. You can't see it really great in this layout, but Bernie is sitting between his legs and he's just so tiny. This is when we first got him and he was so little still. So I really wanted to scrapbook this. This photo is from last year, I think August or September. August, I think. So I wanted to use that black and white paper, and I thought it would be nice to mat it on some black paper. So sorry it's blowing out the light, but it'll fix itself in a second. And I just decided to take out the middle of that paper just so that I could save it. And that way I could also mat the photo or whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just place some score tape on this paper, the pattern paper from the kit, and that will be how I will adhere it to that black frame. So I hope you guys are all doing really well. I love making process videos for you, but I've been so busy lately that I haven't really had time to make a lot. But I have so many videos filmed and ready to go. They just need to have voiceovers. So I'm spending the evening doing voiceovers. So hopefully that'll mean that I'll have a whole bunch of videos ready to go. So I was trying to decide what to do with this photo, and I decided to do some layers with some other black and white papers from the kit. So the Something Sweet kit came with a whole bunch of black and white, and I thought it would be perfect for this layout to just go with a very monochromatic black and white feel. So I'm just going to mat this photo on some more black and white paper, and then I just took a moment there to just wait and stamp the date on a label sticker, just because what I do is I write the date on the back of all the photos, and before I adhered it down I wanted to just write it down so that I wouldn't forget, because I have the worst memory ever, and I knew that if I didn't write it down right away I would totally forget. And as you can see, I'm using a lot of scraps from the kit too, just leftover pieces of paper to make these mats work really well. And so it's a lot of just this black and white polka dot, black and white chevron, black and white X's and O's. And then I thought, why don't I throw in a white doily in there as well? So I'm just going to add that, pop that in there as well. And then I think I use actually 2 doilies on this layout, one on the top and then one off to the side as well. And I feel like doilies are a perfect addition to a mat. And then I had some branding strips that were also black and white from the kit, so I thought I'd try to use some of those. And then I had this floral paper, so basically I just layering on top and all those different pieces. I love layering, and I feel like I should do it more often because it works out really well. If you want some tips for layering, my suggestion is to just keep going, and if it doesn't look like enough, add more. And to start with similar colors or similar patterns, which will help it come together. And then also another thing that really helps is mixing up the textures. So having some big prints, some tiny prints, add a doily in there, and here I'm adding a little piece of ribbon. So just adding different pieces in will really help it help the layers work really well. So once I sort of have that ready, I'm gonna just, I decided to add some more of that ribbon. And I think I got this lacy ribbon from Freckled Fawn. And so once I have that down, I know where I want to put my photo, and I felt like it needed just something else to help it pop off the background a little bit more. And I had this black paper that I had cut from the center of the paper, the mat, and I thought, you know what, I'll just use that. So I'm just trimming it down to the right size, and then I'm going to pop all my layers on top of there, and I really feel like that's helping the layers just pop off of that busy background. So it's still monochromatic, but I'm just sort of sticking it on there. And then I thought, you know what, why don't I save some of this black paper? Making sure it does triple duty here. So then once I figured out where I wanted it to go, I'm just going to adhere that mat down using my hot glue gun. And then this journaling card is where I'm going to do my journaling, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to make that pop off the page by adding a black mat onto that. So I'm going to use that black paper that I had cut out of the center of the mat to mat that journaling card on. And this is just like a journaling lined Project Life card. I think I got them at Michael's, and they just have lines on them. So I trimmed it down a little bit, and then I'm just putting it on that black paper and then trimming around it. And that's just so that I have somewhere to do my journaling. And then I thought about adding another doily underneath that, so I decided to do that. So what I did is I just sort of cut this heart doily in half and have like part of it coming out the top, part of it coming out the bottom, and then I stuck that down. This layout was like really easy to make. I don't know, maybe because I was going with a monochromatic theme or layout idea. It really helped because I didn't have to make like color choices. I was just going with like anything black or white. And then I had this like foam thicker phrase that said love, and I think it's from like American Crafts or Amy Tangerine, and I thought that'll be a good title. And then I can journal a little bit about how my dad loves my puppy, even though he pretends he doesn't, but he totally does. And that's just doing that journaling on there. And then I thought of just adding some fun sketchy lines using the pen just to finish that off. And then, sorry, falling asleep here. I'm just seeing if there's any other labels or things that I want to just sort of stick in. And there were a couple of labels that were black and white from the cut apart sheet, and I thought I'll just add a couple of those in there too. And they work well in between the layers, like, so you've got doilies and papers and branding strips and then some label stickers in there too, to just add that extra little something something. And these stickers are great. They come on a cut apart sheet, but they're on sticker paper in the Felicity Jean kits, which is like perfect because you just cut them out and then they're stickers, which is like perfect. So then I'm just going through my embellishment bin to see if I have any black or white embellishments that I'd like to use. And I did find a couple like just black and white things, like this piece that I'd punched out, and I don't know, I ended up keeping it fairly simple. I added a couple of stars from Freckled Fawn, these sparkly ones, and that's it. The layout is done. So I'm going to slow it down and show it to you guys. I hope you have a lovely day. Thanks so much for joining me. Make sure you're subscribing and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Bye, guys. Have a lovely day.